There's no one quite in the UFC like Frank the Crank Camacho. He's going to be back in action fighting at UFC 263, an awesome mega card. He's going to be taking on Matt Frevola. Frank, what's up, man? How's it going?
Dude, great. Just back stateside again, missing the family, but hey, we got to do what we got to do. Get ready for this, dude. Huge fight.
Huge fight.
Not only am I excited for my fight, bro, the card is stacked.
Yeah. Yeah, and they just added a bunch of fights recently as well, so a lot going on the card. How long have you been in California for? When did you make the trip?
Been here early of this month, so maybe end of April. So okay. It's going to be a total of like 7-8 weeks of camp.
Great opponent here, Matt Frevola, 8-2-1 record, a guy that's always been sort of those fight of the night performances. How do you feel like you match up against him here? It's a really cool, fun fight.
Yeah, what I like about this fight is that it's a fight that I need. I definitely feel like there's pressure going into this fight, man. I'm coming off 2 losses, both in the first round, and what I like about this one is no matter if I don't show up or not, Matt Frevola is going to be in my face. So he's gonna have to, I'm gonna have to dig down and pull out whatever I got, and fight him back. So maybe this is the fight that I need.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really good opponent. Good style matchup as well. Training camp, Team Oyama, I imagine that's where you're at this camp. Who are you getting to work with?
Yeah, man, working with Richie, working with Christian Aguilera, and then of course I'm actually staying with Alex Perez. So
nice.
We're working on the wrestling, with Coach Oyama, and just all the guys, Fernando, so.
Yeah, Fernando Pandilla picked up a big win. What was it, last weekend? I think he did quite well.
Yeah, and he just got signed to the UFC.
That's right. Yeah, it's because he was looking for a fight thing. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe body mechanics wise, and not just like he's not like a Frevola, but I have a lot of good wrestlers and a lot of good bodies that can mimic Frevola, or somewhat some way, because Frevola is very unique in his own way. He's super explosive, super jittery, and a steamroller gas tank. So it's camp is going well.
Good to hear. What you talked about getting COVID, like how long were you out for? Like I know you were sort of waiting around to see if you get a fight, but were the symptoms pretty bad? I know we hear for some fighters, their lungs takes a bit to get back. Did you experience any of those symptoms?
Dude, thank goodness. COVID didn't kick my butt at all. Like if I just lost taste and smell. I was tired, but dude, so when I first got out to California, like 2 weeks ago, dude, I was out for like 5 days from the flu. It was like
really
interesting. That kicked my ass way more than COVID did, And thank goodness that maybe when I did contract COVID, I was its worst host. I was in fight camp, fight week, man. I was peaking everywhere, physically, mentally. So thank goodness it didn't affect me. Like that's why I stayed back another 2-3 weeks, hoping to get another fight, but yeah, it never really panned out.
The weight cut, I imagine that's going well because you've had plenty of notice. I'm sure you're getting the prep meals and all that going into this fight, right?
Yeah, for sure. And if there's one thing that the lockdown and what the pandemic helped me with was picking up other hobbies. And I picked up, endurance running, like, dude, hats off to the
did you really? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I love cycling. I love mountain biking, and funny story is I got into MMA because I wanted to get in shape and I hated running. But you have to run,
yeah.
So I picked up, just distance running and really got to see the island and just got to really enjoy myself and kind of like just fall in love with endurance and endurance training. And it's really translating over to, to fight camp.
Interesting. So do you feel like when you're in, training camp and stuff, do you feel your conditioning being a lot better because you're adding this element to your training?
Man, for sure. I've always kind of like try to shy away from it, instead of like a 6-mile, 8-mile run, I'll try to do like a 15-minute hard circuit, Yeah. So, it was cool. It was a very big change for me. And it's like, man, I'm an adult. I'm growing now. I'm so mature.
That's awesome. Who have been the main training partners for this camp as well? Like who have you kind of gotten to spend, time with maybe a little bit more than others?
Just the same guys here, here at Oyama's. And then when I was in Guam, I was, of course, pummeling and wrestling with the heavy hitters like Rocky Martinez, Kyle Uggan, Trevin Jones. So just yeah, just staying busy and just having fun with it, man. Just having fun with it.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
It's going to be Colin Oyama, Alex Perez, and my first coach and my training partner from Saipan, Cookie Alvarez.
Oh, nice. Okay, so a little
Yes.
variety there. I heard Alex is a great cornerman, by the way. I know so many people who have used him in their camps and stuff. Do you find that? I'm sure he's a good asset to have.
He's a very good asset, not only with like on the coaching side, but he's just such a really good teammate.
Yeah.
Such a great teammate.
But how's he as a roommate? I got to know that.
Oh, just as good.
Yeah, he's clean?
We're the same. Yeah, we're both clean. Yeah, so that works out.
That's good. Does he now? I'm pretty sure he has a TV now. I remember there was a point he did not have a TV. Does he have a TV?
Dude, this is what happens when you fight for the title, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, there we go.
This is the guest room.
Okay, well there you go. So he's upgraded since then. I'll have to give him a hard time about that as well. Back to your fight, June 12th. How do you see this one playing out? I mean, I don't think this fight's going the distance.
Man, you don't think so? I don't know. It's maybe if it's the selfish part of me, but I'm really fantasizing about just like a 3-round grind.
Okay.
Like, yeah, maybe because the selfish part of me not coming out of the first round in my last 2 fights against Beneil and then against Justin James, and then not fighting again in September. I just really want to get it in, I mean, right? Obviously, within that time, if there's an opening and I can take it. I miss my wife, man. I miss my kids. I want to go home as early as possible. But Frevola's tough, and he's going to be hard to put away. And the only way to put him away is you got to shut his lights out. You got to sub him, or you got to finish him hard. So he gets hurt in his fights, but he just keeps coming. So I'm just really fantasizing about a 3-round war, and I'm just ready for that.
I imagine, because again, you missed some time last year. You were talking about that, trying to get in there. And I know it's tough to get out and take fights, but I imagine you want a decent turnaround. I know you'll want to go home after this, but I imagine after that, you probably want to get back in. They'll probably want to get 3 fights this year, I would assume.
Yeah. Man, right on the dot. 3 fights. Let's get this win. And then, yeah, within fall and then Christmas time, because eventually, like, I want to move the family out here to California.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's, I think, the first time you've mentioned that, so that's interesting.
Yeah. So that's the first. I mean, there's something that I've always thought about, but now in between training sessions, I'll just take the long way or drive around, kind of see, and I just really, I got 2-3 more years in this game, James. Might as well just go all out. Guam will always be there for me.
Right. So you sort of see yourself moving here, finishing your career, and then moving back type thing. You're just thinking of this because, then it's just easier to get fights and everything. Okay. What has your wife said about that? Because I know that's tough being away from her, and I know you guys love Guam, but obviously this is your career you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So, man, again, number one supporter, I got 3 kids and, that, not that we're half-assing it, but I just feel like, man, I'm just going to try to put all my chips out, all on the, just put them all out and do the best that I can.
Cool. Well, that's good. Good for you, man. So is that something you're looking at after this fight, I guess?
Yeah. So it really solely depends after this fight. The plan is to win and man, I'll take a bonus or whatever, but let's get that W, let's get that W and then let's continue to build. Maybe after the next fight, I'll be able to move the family out. So, just that's the plan.
How's everything going back home in Guam in terms of the pandemic and vaccines and all that stuff? How's it back home?
I think 50% of the population are vaccinated. So the plan was after that they were supposed to start opening it up to tourism. So I think they're going to start pre-testing tourists coming in from like Korea and Japan. So people are eager to travel, I guess. So it's good, man. It's the horizon is looking clear and is looking great.
That's good to hear, man. How was it actually getting over here? Were there any complications?
No. If anything, what I like about traveling during this time is you get full rows to lay down. Oh yeah,
you get that's key. If you can get that extra little leg room, you can get a good sleep on the plane, right? Because how long's the flight for you? I was trying to remember.
God, it's like 7 hours to Hawaii, and then actually I went to Japan, so I went like 3 hours to Japan. Stayed in Japan for like 5-6 hours, and then Japan to San Francisco, which was like another 7 or 8, and then like another 3 hours, 4 hours, and then San Francisco to Orange County.
Did you?
It's about a day of traveling.
So yeah, you drove from San Francisco. Is that how you got here?
No, I flew from San Francisco.
Is it really a 3-hour flight? Oh wow, okay. It just shows you how bad my geography is.
Oh no! A 3-hour layover and then a 1-hour flight.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was going to say because I know California is big. You know what's crazy? Did you know that California has the same population as the entire country of Canada? Did you know that?
Oh, I had no idea.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's big here. Like there's lots of nature and stuff, so that's why it's actually bigger. Yeah. But population-wise, we're the same, which is crazy. So.
Wow, that's mind-blowing.
It is. And this is a mind-blowing fight, man. I can't wait. UFC 263, June 12th. You can't miss it. Frank, always appreciate the time, buddy. Anytime you, anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Man, you guys check me out. Social media, Frank the Crank. Man, thank my coaches. Thank all my sponsors, Iridium Sports Agency, and James Lynch. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.